repeat, as there are two topologies, that is voltage series and current series, the question will get asked based on any one. So the important thing is what? You should be capable to identify the given circuit topology, right? That given one is either from voltage series or current series, and then you can solve it properly, or you can identify the values properly, right? Otherwise, after so many calculations, you will get almost 0 marks if that topology is not properly identified, right now, because formulas are somewhat different based on that topology, right? So already I given that steps how to analyze the topology. You can check it. First of all, we have to find out the type of sampling, right now, then type of mixing, etc. So as per that given steps, or before going to that, I will just explain this circuit diagram. Is it visible? Somewhat blurred. Okay, it will get autocorrect. Just wait. Okay. So see, in this given circuit diagram, you will observe there are two transistors, or two amplifier circuits are cascaded with each other. So such type of amplifiers are known as multi-stage amplifier. Okay, more than one. So it is known as a multi-stage, right? So by considering both transistors are identical, that is Q1 and Q2. Identical means what? Their properties will be same. Properties means, for example, like that threshold voltage, then IDSS. Okay, then we can say its drain resistance, mobility factor, etc. are equal, and that's why in the numerical it is mentioned the mobility factor first one, that is mu, it is 70, and small rd, that is 40 kilo ohm. This is applicable to both transistors Q1 and Q2, right? Now another thing you will observe, for both transistor it is biased by using the self type of biasing. Such type of biasing is known as self bias. There is single RG connected to the gate terminal with respect to ground, and remaining components you are already familiar, that is input output coupling capacitor, drain resistance, and source resistance. Okay, so just look over here so that you will not get confused, right? This is the first stage of this multi-stage amplifier. You will observe one more thing, there is no bypass capacitor across this RS1 right now, because instead of that bypass capacitor, a feedback is connected. See, some part of that output, it is fed back through this feedback resistor RF, which is of 1 mega ohm, and its output is connected to the source terminal of first transistor. That means in series of this RS1. Is it okay? This feedback network, where it is connected? It is connected to the output, and the output of feedback network, it is connected in series with this RS1, right now. And whenever you will apply a KVL at its input side, you will observe the drop across RS1 plus the feedback signal, this one, they will be in series, and that series equivalent will get subtracted from the input signal source, right? So such type of mixing, it is known as a series type of mixing, right? Now to identify the type of topology, type of that sampling, as per that steps given to you, to find out the type of sampling, make that VO equals to 0, right? So you just check that step, whatever you return, by considering that output equals to 0, by providing short circuit to the output, you will want to make it 0, right? So just consider, to make that output voltage equals to 0, you have to provide a short circuit path across this output terminal like this. Is it? So by providing a short circuit, you will observe that VO will become 0. That is the requirement to find out the type of sampling, correct now? So by making that output equals to 0, by providing the short circuit, if feedback signal becomes 0, then it is voltage type of sampling. Is it? You just note down that steps, you already written it at your end, so just check it to find out the type of sampling, what we have to do. As per that steps, to find out the type of sampling, consider that VO equals to 0 or make or provide the short circuit to the output. By providing short circuit to the output, if feedback signal becomes 0, then such type of sampling is known as voltage sampling, right? So see here that feedback resistor RF, it is already connected to the output, and its output is connected at the first stage, that is the input of first stage, right now, and it will be in series with this input signal source through this RS1. That's why we are calling it as a series type of mixing. Okay, but what about sampling? To find out the type of sampling, make that VO equals to 0 by providing the short circuit. Right now, initially this circuit diagram was like this, is it? So just imagine if the output is short circuited like this, you will observe by providing the short circuit to the output, no feedback signal will be available. That means feedback will become 0, right now, because see this terminal, it will get grounded. To the same terminal, feedback network is connected, right now, this one. So if we make a short circuit over here, that means what we are doing, we are making this terminal to the ground. And when it will be to the ground, how much will be the feedback? 0. That means feedback signal will become 0. Is it clear? Or shall I explain it again? Just let me know fast, because this is most important step to identify the topology. And in that, the first step is to identify the type of sampling and type of mixing. So shall we go ahead? Or shall I explain it again how it is voltage type of sampling?
Sir, explain it again.
Okay. So see that feedback network, it is connected to the output, right? Feedback network consists of, it is a resistive or resistive capacitive or only capacitive. Already I explained it right now. So looking towards this circuit diagram, you will observe there is one RF. RF stands for, it is a feedback resistor. Where it is connected to the output, and another terminal of that feedback resistor is connected to the input. That means first stage, right? Whenever there will be somewhat output voltage, the same output voltage is applied to the feedback resistor also, right? So what will be the output of feedback resistor? This resistor will going on to attenuate it, right now, and that attenuated signal, it is connected in series with this RS1, right? Means the output of this RF is nothing but our feedback signal. That is nothing but XF. Right now, where will be the XF? XF will be across this RF, drop across that RF, and the same drop we are connecting at the input side in series with this RS1. That means in series with, if you apply the KVL, that feedback resistor drop, it will get added in series with this input signal, and that's why such type of mixing is known as series type of mixing. Okay. Now about the sampling, as per the given steps to you, to identify the type of sampling, make VO equals to 0 by providing a short circuit path. So if I provide a short circuit path over here, you will observe this terminal, it will get grounded, right now. So when this terminal will get grounded, that means we can say the feedback resistor is also connected to the same terminal, so that feedback resistor also will get ground, or it will get grounded, right now. So if that terminal will get grounded, how much will be the drop across this RF? No drop. No drop means how much will be the XF? 0. Is it? So by making short circuit, by making that VO equals to 0, by providing the short circuit, if feedback signal becomes 0, that is your first step. If feedback signal becomes 0, then it is voltage type of sampling. And already I explained about the mixing. As it is in series with this RS1, if you apply the KVL, it will look like that XF, it comes in series with that V in, right now, and it will get subtracted because of negative feedback. Is it? Is it okay now? So first step is identify the topology. So the given amplifier circuit is from which topology? It is voltage series feedback amplifier, because there is voltage type of sampling and there is series type of mixing. Is it? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the second step is draw the input and output circuits. That means we have to draw actually at the end we have to draw the AC equivalent for the given amplifier. Okay. So to draw that AC equivalent, first of all, we have to draw that input and output circuits. Okay. So to draw the output circuit, make that input as 0. Right now. See, whenever you will look that given steps properly, it is written over here to draw the output circuit. What you have to consider the type of mixing, right now, and make it 0. Make it 0 means what? See, you have to just open this terminal. Now, whenever you will open it, because first of all, we have to draw the output circuitry for the given amplifier. Okay. So, to draw the output circuit, consider type of, consider that mixing or make that mixing equals to 0. How you will make it 0? By opening this terminal. Is it clear? So just imagine if that becomes 0 by opening it like this, you will observe two resistors at the output side connected in series with each other. Which are those? One is feedback resistor, that is RF, and another one is RS1. Okay. So it will look somewhat like this now. We have to draw the output circuitry. That's why we made that input equals to 0 by opening it. So that RF will remain as it is. That RS is also as it is and will come in series. This is nothing but your RF and this is nothing but your RS1. Right? To draw that input and output circuit, you just have to imagine that steps. Right now. That means you have to consider the effect of that feedback network components to the output side as well as its effect to the input side. That is nothing but to draw the input and output circuits. Okay. Now, to draw the input circuit, that means to check the effect of that feedback on the input side, what you have to do? You have to consider the type of sampling. Right now. So, if you consider that VO equals to 0 to draw the input circuit, right? You will observe that feedback resistor, initially it was over here, it will get grounded. Am I right? Is it okay? That feedback resistor RF, where it was connected originally, it was connected to the output. But to draw the input circuit, we have to consider VO equals to 0. How you can make it 0? You have to provide the short circuit, right now. So, the feedback resistor, that terminal which was originally connected over here, whenever it will get grounded, it will look like this. Another terminal of that RF will remain as it is at the input with that RS1, and second terminal, it will get grounded. That means it will look like this. And this is nothing but your input circuitry. This is nothing but 2.2K. And this one is RF, which is of 1 mega. This is 1 mega. RS1, it is of 2.2K. Is it okay? Drop across RF is nothing but XF. That is feedback signal. Drop across this RF only, feedback resistor only, right now. And total output voltage, it will be now across this RF and RS1. Is it clear? So this is the output and input circuits for the given amplifier. Is it clear, or shall I explain it again? This is also most important thing. Shall I explain it again or go ahead? Fast. Just respond me fastly. Don't waste time. If you got it, then we will go ahead. Otherwise, if no, then I can explain it again. So just let me know.
Sir, please explain.
Okay. I will again redraw that original circuit. See, our original given amplifier circuit was like this. Is it okay? This is our original circuit. This is RF, 1 mega ohm. Right now, this feedback resistor, it is connected to the output. Another terminal of that feedback resistor is connected in series with RS1. That is at the input side. Okay. Now, to draw the input circuit, okay, I will change that sequence now. To draw the input circuit, what you have to consider? You have to consider output equals to 0, or make that VO equals to 0 as per our that steps. To draw the input circuit or to check the effect of that feedback components at the input side, what you have to consider? You have to consider VO equals to 0. Okay, as per the given steps. So see, I want to draw the input circuit now. That's why I will be want to consider that VO equals to 0. So what I will do, I will just take this terminal and we'll going on to ground it like this. Agree? I will going on to provide the short circuit to the output terminal with that ground. That means I will take one wire, for example, we'll connect it over here and we'll be going to ground it, so that I can say that output side is short circuited. And whenever it will get short circuited, how much will be the output voltage? It will become 0. Are you agreeing up to over here?
Yes, sir.
To draw the input circuit, you have to make VO equals to 0. Okay. So what I will do, I will just take this terminal and we'll go on to ground it, so that I can say VO will be equals to 0. Now look it properly. Where the feedback resistor is connected, it was connected over here, and the same terminal is grounded. So can we say, we can draw it like this? Can we connect it like this? Can we show it like this? Because the same terminal was grounded, and that's why I just shifted that line to the ground. Right? That means feedback resistor RF, one terminal will get ground and another terminal it will remain at the source of first transistor. That is in series with RS1. Okay? Is it okay? Still not getting? As per the steps, we have to draw input and output circuits. To draw the input circuit, make VO equals to 0, or consider VO equals to 0. That's why I consider that VO equals to 0 by providing the short circuit. Right now, means this terminal it will get grounded. When this terminal will get grounded, that means the feedback resistor which was connected at the same terminal, it also will get grounded as shown. Is it visible properly? Blackboard
Yes,
is
sir.
visible? No, that's
Screen
why.
not.
Just a minute. Right. Check it now. Is it okay? Or still blurred?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, it is visible now. I check it to my laptop also. Okay. So see, to make that view equals to 0, we have to provide the call interrupted. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, to draw the input circuit, we have to make the output equals to 0. How it will be possible? We have to provide a short circuit to the output. Then and then we can say VO will become 0. Okay. At the same terminal, our feedback resistor is connected over here. Right. That means one terminal of that feedback resistor, it will get grounded as shown. Is it okay? That feedback resistor, I will show it to ground. because we have to make that VO equals to 0. So as shown in the circuit diagram, to draw the input circuit, that first terminal of that feedback resistor, originally which was connected to the output terminal, it will get ground as shown, and hence instead of showing like this, what I will do, I will just remove it and will place like this with respect to ground itself, right? So this is nothing but our input circuit. That means in our input circuit, RS1 and this feedback resistor, that is RF, it will be in parallel with each other. Okay. Now to draw the output circuit, that means to check the effect of that RF to the output, what we have to consider? We have to consider input equals to 0. Input 0 means you have to open it like this. Okay. And originally, but you have to consider that original circuit. Originally, that feedback resistor was over here. One terminal is connected to the output, and another terminal of that RF is connected to the source of first transistor. Okay, so just consider that one. Okay, so to draw the output circuit, you have to consider input as 0. Input 0 means just open it over here. Whenever you will open it and looking toward that original circuitry, you will observe that RF was like this and it was connected over here. That means in series with this RS1. Okay, and hence you can check it, or it will look like this. That original RF as it is to the output terminal. This is nothing but our output terminal, and this is RS1 because the source terminal is open circuited. This RF as it is, where it is connected to the RS1, and RS1 is grounded. Second terminal of that RS1, it is grounded. So second terminal as shown is like this. Okay. So this is nothing but our output circuitry. So you will observe across the series combination of RF and RS1, there is a VO, but we know across feedback resistor RF, there is feedback signal. Okay, I will at this stage, I will just mention it like XF. Now you have to indicate what will be the XF. XF is nothing but what? As we finalize the topology, that is voltage series feedback amplifier, XF will be IF or VF. It is voltage series feedback amplifier. So XF is IF or VF?
VF.
Yes, it will be VF. So instead of showing now this one as XF, I will directly show it as a VF. Right? So VF will be across RF, and VO is nothing but across series combination of that RF and RS1. Okay. So this is the first stage, how to draw how to check the effect of that feedback component to the input circuitry as well as to the output circuitry, or how to draw that input and output circuits. Then, for the given amplifier, draw the AC equivalent. Okay. Now the rules, you are well familiar, hope so, from the previous topic. I already mentioned from the first unit. To draw the AC equivalent, you have to consider all DC sources as 0. Right? Similarly, all capacitors, like bypass capacitor, input-output coupling capacitors, all capacitors should act as a open or close for AC equivalent. You already learned it from the first unit. To draw the AC equivalent circuit, all the capacitors in the given amplifier will work as open circuit or short circuit.
Short.
Yes, because for AC, the frequency is non-zero, and hence capacitors will be going to act as short circuit. And DC sources, you have to consider it as a ground. That means you have to make it 0. This is the requirement to draw the AC equivalent, right? So it will act as a short. This one also will be going to act as a short circuit. Output coupling capacitor, again short circuit. And bypass capacitor of second stage, it also acts as a short circuit. Now, over here, you will observe as RS2 will be going to act, will be going to bypass by a short circuit path, its effect will be 0. And hence, no need of this RS2 because it will get bypassed by that bypass capacitor, which is acting as a short circuit for the AC equivalent, right? There is no bypass capacitor to the first stage. Okay. So is it okay? We will just redraw it so that it will look properly. Just check it how it will look now. This is nothing but our V in. This one is RG1. This one is RS1. This one is RF. This one is RD1. This one is RG2. This one is RD2. This one is RF. And this one is RS1. And here we are taking the output. Both circuit diagrams are same. Agree? See, this RD1 or RD2, where they are connected to VDD and we are making it to 0. That means grounding it, right now. So when it will get grounded, one terminal will remain as it is to the drain and another terminal it will get ground. And that's why I shown it that RD1, one terminal is to the drain as it is. Similarly for RD2, one terminal is as it is to the drain and another terminals are get grounded. While that RF and RS1, they are already connected to the drain. It remains connected to the drain of second transistor as it is. So is it okay? Is it visible properly?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our first transistor Q1 and this one is Q2. Okay. See, you will observe one change to the source of first transistor as it is not bypassed. The source terminal of that first transistor will not get ground directly, while the source terminal of second transistor as it is bypassed with bypass capacitor, and when that capacitor will act as a short circuit for AC equivalent, the source terminal of second transistor is directly shown to the ground. Okay. Now, as per our steps, we have to replace all the active elements by their AC equivalent model. That means transistor Q1 and Q2 that we have to replace by their AC equivalent model. Okay. Are you noted it? Mu 70 and RD at 40 kilo ohm. Okay. Now, the next step is replace the transistors by AC equivalent model. and remaining components as it is. So again, I will show that input as it is. Then there is RG1. Now the transistor, this is gate terminal. Output side, that is GM into VGS, its own resistance, that is small RD parallel with it. This is RD1. Then that output current, it is GM into VGS1. Okay. Then to the source terminal, there are two resistors, RS1 and RF as it is. So I will show them like this and like this. Okay, we just do small change so that it will look properly. So this is nothing but our RS1. This is nothing but RF. This is nothing but RG1. This is the drain terminal of first transistor, where that RD1 is connected with respect to ground. This is nothing but RD1. Okay. Later on, there is RG2 biasing resistor of second stage or second transistor. This is nothing but RG2. Okay. And again, this terminal goes to the gate of second transistor. This is nothing but G1. This is nothing but now G2. This is drain of first transistor, that is D1. This is nothing but source terminal of first transistor, that is S1. Okay. Now the same thing to the second transistor, though it's AC equivalent model, as there is a bypass capacitor, no issue about that source resistance and all that, and hence that GM into VGS2, it will be directly to the ground. Then its own resistance, that is small RD, that is RD2 will be as it is, and series combination of that RF and RS1 as it is. And here we are taking the output. This is nothing but again RF. This one is RS1. This terminal is drain of second transistor, that is D2, and this one is source terminal of first transistor, which is directly grounded due to the bypass. Is it okay? This is nothing but our Vin. So this is the final AC equivalent circuit for the given amplifier. Got it? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the impedance looking from the input side of first stage, this is nothing but Ri of first transistor. Then this one is nothing but, we can say over here, Ro of first, and same thing looking from input of second stage. This one is the Ri of second, and this one is Ro of second stage. Okay. Now one by one, we have to find out all these things. Initially, we will try to find out the beta factor, because as per that step also, you might have noted it. First of all, determine the beta, and then calculate that capital D, then you can calculate open loop gain for the given, and later on you can find out or you can calculate the effect on all these parameters with negative feedback. That is with feedback and without feedback, you can easily compare. Okay. So first of all, try to find out the beta factor. What is beta? Beta is nothing but XF divided by XO. Right now, feedback signal divided by output signal. Beta factor, it is nothing but the output of that feedback network divided by its input. What is the input of feedback network? In this diagram also, you might have seen the input to that feedback network is nothing but the output of that amplifier. Correct? Now, that feedback network is connected to the output of that amplifier. And that's why it is mentioned as its input as XO. Okay. Now, already you given that answer. This XF is nothing but VF. What about XO? IO or VO?
VO.
VO, because it is voltage type of sampling. Right now. So this is nothing but VF by VO. Okay. Now, see, in that previous diagram I mentioned this is nothing but VF, that is the voltage drop across RF feedback resistor, and VO is nothing but drop across this total. So if I consider the current flowing through this branch is as I, so how you can write this VF? You can easily write it as I into what? RF divided by what is VO? VO is nothing but the drop across this series combination, that is RF and RS1. And how much it will be? It will be I in bracket. You can write RF plus RS1. Are you agree with this? First factor, that is beta factor. Is it okay? VF, it is nothing but what? The feedback voltage, that is nothing but the drop across that feedback resistor. We are considering current flowing through this series combination as I, and hence how much will be the voltage drop across that RF? It will be I into RF divided by VO. What is VO? VO is nothing but the voltage drop across this series combination, that is RF and RS1. Okay, and how much it will be? Again, current is considered as I into, as it is connected in series, the series equivalent is simply addition of that two resistors, that is RF and RS1. So I will get cancelled, and at the end you will observe it will be RF divided by RF plus RS1. RF is given as 1 mega ohm divided by 1 mega plus RS1, it is given as 2.2 K. So find out the answer. How much is beta? 1 mega divided by 1 mega plus 2.2 K. Find out it. RS1, it is 2.2 kilo ohm. It is not 22 K, huh? It is 2.2 K. How much is the answer? Fast. One mega divided by 1 mega plus 2.2 K. Within few seconds, you should answer it. Because hope so, you have that calculus, notebook, pen. How much it is?
4.54 into 10 raised to minus 4
How much?
ohm. 4.54 into 10 raised to minus 4. 54 into 10 raised to minus 4.
4.10 raised to minus 4.
Yes, sir.
No, it is wrong. Wrong answer. One mega means 1 into 10 raised to plus 6. And 2.2 K means 2.2 into 10 raised to plus 3. Do it properly.
Zero 0.99 ohm.
Yes. 0.99. But your unit is wrong, huh? It is not ohm. It is unitless. Voltage divided by voltage. Right now? VF by VO. So no unit. So the feedback factor, that beta, it is 0.99. Now at your end, how you will verify it, whatever you determine, calculated, is it correct or wrong? As you know, that beta factor, it always lies between 0 to 1. It will not going on to exceed 1 because the output of feedback network, as it is a we can say passive type of component, the output of feedback network will never exceed beyond its input. That means that feedback network will not going on to amplify the applied input signal. What that feedback network does, it attenuates the applied input to it, right now, and hence the feedback factor, it always lies between 0 to 1. And whatever you answered, it is 0.99, that means it is the correct answer. Is it clear? So the remaining parameters, we will determine, we will calculate in the next year.